I am sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. I've just been lazy. But today, here's the next episode of Is He Right? Now, I have no idea where you've gone. You said you were going to do episode 6, but maybe something came up. I have no idea. So, I'm just going to make this. I've done episode 2, and there's 26 things to be exact. 22? Technically, only really 22 actually related, and the other 4, the last 4 is just some other things he wants to point out. So, other than that, let's get right into it. So here's the first one. 258. Still, but we are the courtroom, and legally, it still isn't illegal. Now, I was wondering what he meant, so I went. So let's view it. He said, oh wait, hold on. It just need to get to the comments. Basically, he said that it's a courtroom, so it should count. Yeah, but we are the courtroom, and legally, it still isn't legal. Okay, so what does he mean by that?
Well,
he's talking about 258. So let's go to
back at
258
it again. So,
all right, here we go.
Oh, yeah, here's something. I'm just gonna guess why this also is a crime. Do they really care about this mirror? Not really. I mean, if it's somebody's private property that somebody broke, they would only have to pay if the person who owned it pressed charges. Do they? No. So what I'm kind of doing is taking an actual legal standpoint.
So, if you probably guessed already, so if you hear a lawnmower, somebody's mowing a lawn. See how bad it is. It's actually not that bad, actually. Alright. So, really what he means is that I can't really take, like, a court case. Like, since we're a law, so we gotta count everything and everything. So, I had 2 reasons, actually. I'm saying that this is wrong. This is under property damage, Uzi or the App Store, whoever it was. So here's the thing. I had 2 reasons. One, there wasn't a charge. Like, they did not seem whatsoever. But again, they had stories, so hey, that might not count, right? But I do have a second reason. Sorry if it's too loud, but whatever. The second reason is that it was the Absolute Solver. This was the first time Uzi used the Absolute Solver that we know of. And obviously she has no idea about which. Whew. So, with that, Uzi then would not be charged because she had no idea what she was even doing, so it was accidental. And I think you shouldn't be charged for something that you did not mean to do. Like obviously you still be charged, and especially with property damage. But the fact that it was used as the Absolute Solver and what happened, she had no idea. She didn't had no absolute intention to even think about it. I'm not counting it. Alright? And since yes, we are the courtroom, so I'm deciding that I'm not going to charge Uzi for the mirror. Let's move on to the next one, which is already an interesting one. 410, he did a ghost search and had with somebody community statement, and basically a threat to do anything illegal is a threat. So basically, in any way of communication, to do anything illegal to somebody like hostile like that, to manipulate the U.S. legal system is a threat. Now, he searched it up, but let's see what he's talking about. Here we go.
Two. So, and the way V said it, we...
Seen that symbol before. Wanna do an
Autopsy to find out.
I actually searched up what an autopsy was. And to be honest, it was kind of a little difficult, but basically, we're just dissecting the human. Or just dissecting the thing that you're doing it to. So, and the way V said it would be a murder threat. But, again, it only counts as if they were scared. They weren't. The drones in episode 1 were scared, even without the threat. So, obviously taking the threat to them would be counted as a threat. But here, Uzi doesn't really care. So, yeah.
What'd you find?
Okay. Looking if I had a signal for this, but no. So, this is the first one that's actually already might be a yes. You did do a ghost, so let's just go through that real quick. You did communicate. The autopsy to cut them open, that's enough. And obviously you can't, that's illegal. And manipulate it, that's a threat, okay. Now, I have 2 reasons as to why maybe V could, like, V's... Actually, both technically 3. I'm just gonna say the first one I already said in the video. Did Uzi really care? Well, not in that one, but she was scared.
Unwrap the small bar with Big Yum. New Kinder Chocolate.
Crashed and ruined everything. All humans is
Your memory cracks. Or
She was scared when V did this.
Programmed us to solve a problem. Where's proof of your backstory? The one where you're kind so conveniently innocent.
When V didn't really threaten Uzi, where in this case, V threatened Uzi.
This is probably you weirdo's fault.
I've never seen that symbol before. Wanna do an autopsy to find out?
What'd you find?
Did you know that was a pilot hat?
She did it like it was nothing. So that's a reason, but you obviously heard that, so what are the 2 others? Well, the first one, it's a bad reason. But as Arena came up and I wanted to talk about it, V was joking. But obviously she wasn't. Now the second one, this could have some implications. 2 crimes, there's always at least one thing that would definitely help your case no matter what. Your character having a mental disability. Now, V obviously doesn't, but what I'm talking about here is the fact that V might, like, since she's been a murder drone, but then she stopped, or kind of, she might still have that thing. And again, she might care for Uzi, but she might not show it in a good way. She might show it in a very bad way. But then also, if we do count this, then basically every crime made by the murder drones is discounted. And then it's really just you're charging the absolute solver in this series. So I'm not gonna count. I'm actually probably gonna count this. I'm counting this. It was just at the time that I didn't really like it, just because of the fact that, well, Uzi didn't really care. So I am going to charge. Now, I did have 10 years because it was a pretty serious threat, but the fact that Uzi didn't really care, I'm going to bring it down to 5 years. If you think She should deserve more? Good. So, let's move on to the most exciting one. This one was actually really cool. I really liked it, so 710. I did Google search in situations where somebody was planning on committing a crime, they could be charged with the criminal offense conspiracy found in section 465, parentheses 1 of the criminal code, even the crime never actually occurred. Now, what was it? Let's go ahead and look.
It's not a crime, really. Last time she ever take initiative, like I said,
Oh, yeah.
first video.
Uzi wanting to kill all humans. Now, my reasoning in that video, I believe, was the fact that she's barely taken any action on it. And he seems to agree with me on that. But he's talking about conspiracy. Now, conspiracy to murder is different because you have to talk to at least one other person. That's why I actually discounted some conspiracy to murders. But here it seems okay. But what is it? She's wanting to kill all humans. So I asked my good friend, Copilot, asking for this. I asked, and it gave me these 5 things. It repeated it 3 times, but this self-defense only works. This is immediate threat based on local laws and circumstances. Here are some key points to consider. So we are going to go through these 5 key points. Proportional force, imminent danger, retreat, reasonable belief, and legal consequences. First one, the proportional force. Basically, if my first in essay perspective, if the threat's not immediate, the situation becomes more complex. So basically, you should not use more force than necessary. So, if somebody punches you, you shouldn't shoot them in the head. You should punch them back, maybe. That's kind of what it is. So, from now the perspective, technically JC Jensen's done this, but Uzi doesn't know that. So, Uzi, so by JC Jensen sending in the murder drones, doing all that, and killing her whole society, you gotta think about that. She is trying to kill all humans. Is that a reasonable thing? Yes. For 2 reasons. One, the imminent of danger. Like, murder. There's a lot of murder. So, pretty proportional if you ask me. The second thing, though, is if you're murdering a society, I think it's fine to murder. So, okay, but the thing is, it might be unproportional based on the value, but I think Uzi, when she actually does think about it more, which she never really had, she would have probably figured out who to kill, or at least some people not to kill. So she would at least, yeah, but she wasn't thinking in the legal sense, but her proportional force did seem okay. I think it's more of a yes than a no. Now, I'm obviously going to skip number 2, or number 2 is just going to be very thing. I talked to this with my parents. Imminent danger. If you genuinely believe that someone intends to harm you, you may have the right to defend yourself. The problem is, I talked to them about, oh, it has to be an imminent, like, it has to be right now, but, like, what do you think if it's gonna happen right now? Like, you don't know if they're gonna send more murder drones. You don't know if they're gonna send a bomb. I don't know. But it has to be proven imminent. So, that's the no. I've basically agreed. But the rest, let's talk about retreat. Some judges require you to retreat before using force. defend yourself without treating. So, now that's some, so that's why I put a yes already there. But second, you can't really run. You're on a planet, so they could really do anything. For reasonable belief, I think that's the easiest one in the bunch. If you're killing a society, or if somebody believes killing a society, yeah, that's definitely a reasonable belief. You're trying to save your society. That's why, okay. And then finally, consequences. Basically, they would investigate the circumstances. Basically, that's basically me. And from the looks of it, that's a yes. So the only problem is the imminent danger. Now, I was really thinking, do I charge Uzi? This was one of the most interesting because I wrote a sticky note with all 5 things. So, I've actually decided to not charge Uzi. Just because of only imminent danger not being there. I think, maybe there's imminent danger doesn't obviously cover all of it, but the fact of everything else totally being reasonable for Uzi, I would feel like it's enough evidence for at least some people, so I'm not charging Uzi. There you go. That was an interesting one, and yeah. The second one was a yes question mark, so I'm actually deciding these right now. So, yeah. Let's move on to number 4. Sorry if you hear that. This video is gonna take forever. Like, oh my god, this is gonna take forever. Number 4. 858. Didn't Jake get pulverized, leaving only legs? So the body isn't James. That means desecration of a corpse. Nice. What? Let's talk, like, what was he talking about? So.
She didn't catch this, but somehow, as we see this human body, looks like a mutilation of Pierce. You probably guess that's the top is what we do. Let's move on to the next one.
I already did mutilation of a corpse. So I already did mutilation of a corpse, so that was already counted. Next one. So quiet now that it's not running. Assault is counted as soon as the thing is done and there isn't consent before it's a no. Go search. What is an assault? Assault may include one or more types of harm, such as punching, shoving, snapping, blah, 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 blah. Best I could find that actually puts examples. What's the moment? 9:22.
I just want to talk about that first. This first thing.
Will you please set normal?
John's completely fine with it.
Yeah. He was completely fine with it, but I'm actually not even really going to argue. Uzi is just going to be charged with $500, so she actually committed a crime before the end of episode 3. Congratulations. So, $500. Yeah. Pretty easy. 9:15, so the 6th one. He's endangering his safety because he is technically making final class law thing to teacher for not responding to the threat that I'm not sure though. Okay, you definitely have to hear that.
I just want to talk about that first. The first.
So, 9:15 and 9:50 are basically the exact same. These two are the same moments, I'm just gonna say. Because, like, 9:50. that's the same as this,
Probably guess.
as that. So, yeah. He wasn't. That was Uzi, because that was mind control. And I put arson or mind control, but I put no, because it was an accident. And again, I'm only talking about the crimes that he mentions. So, but I put mind control, but no, the teacher would care. Uzi, give Raiden back his sentience. If it was serious, the teacher would have done something. I'm gonna be brutally, yeah, the teacher would have done something. So, nope. That's okay. So, moving on to number 8. It's actually the first non-crime thing. Yes, it is the solver in episode 7. We know that's taken Host Uzi, Host Nori, or 001 if you're a nerd. Say it. I don't know. Actually, Nori is 002. We actually figured out who was 001. It was like Anna, I think. I can go look, but I'm not going to. So, 1153. Let's see what that is. I think I skipped too far. So, yeah, this was it.
Yeah, this is still the absolute solver, but a very absolute solver. So like the absolute solver somehow controlling all in a different way. I don't know. This is the absolute solver because this worked on Eldridge J. So
he seems to just say something that we know. So that's something we agree. Next. Sorry, I'm just trying to get on track because I don't want to accidentally skip over something or already do something. So 1245. Assault, basically assault. I really shouldn't count. It was used for even playable assault. I don't want to count it. Really shouldn't count. 1245. Let's look at that real quick. This is why I say that it depends on the person who's being assaulted.
You good? I'm good. Stop asking.
sometimes Uzi's hair looks blue. Like,
Yeah. That's why. But it was like a kindly push, and friends do that all the time. So they won't push heads all the time, so yeah. You're totally fine on that. So yeah. Numero 10. I think it's faking because they put it as a distractor, blah blah blah, and sort of, and it just happens to have a crime there. So let's go see.
Sin's whole purpose of doing all this, that's why I'm gonna probably give a life to a lot of these. Anyways, let's continue. Sorry, that's happening.
That was the joke.
Yeah, first screen nerder. I gave a life sentence because it was so serious. I think it's faking because they put a distractor, blah blah blah. Just happened to have a crime there. So really, it basically said the same thing. So let's go to the next one. It's actually a crime now. Blah. Usurpation of identity. She didn't give consent and used it to trick others into letting her in. That's just identity fraud. I don't know why you said it like that. It's literally just identity fraud, but hey, it's just the same thing, so she didn't give consent. So let's go to 1358 then.
Joke, idiot.
That's literally Lizzie. Lizzie should have known. Doll knows.
Gorgeous, right? I'm gonna let her in.
Ads are not good. Anyways, before I do this,
Did I talk about it?
If you probably know what's gonna happen, I'm actually gonna save that near the end because we actually get it. But we're just gonna. Anyways,
Yeah, I skip it. So, the reason why I did not count episode top beginning identity fraud is literally everyone knows. Literally everyone else knew. Okay? Lizzie was just dumb. And she didn't even realize it was her. And if nobody knew you were committing identity fraud, and you think you definitely weren't the person, and if everybody thinks that the absolute solver, even though if they don't know it's the absolute solver, knew that it definitely isn't Lizzie, it's not identity fraud. Or usurpation, whatever how you say it, of identity. So, that's why I didn't count. If Lizzie knew it was her, I would count it. But only if there was one, if they didn't know what the true Lizzie was, and they obviously know who the true Lizzie was, so that's just going all wrong, so no. Just no. Alright, next one, not enough proof to get a criminal, so it's no use. That is 1550, let's go to that.
now, did anybody care about this? No. It could be vandalism, property damage, whatever. But I also want to say something. Darn it, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, whatever. Let's continue.
So basically I was talking about when the absolute solver implemented all those things. Yeah, not enough proof to get a criminal, so it is no use. I'm guessing what you meant by that was it wasn't enough proof to charge the absolute solver. I agree, because I did end the video, so whatever. And then this one's just even more confusing to me, I think. Making destruction property, since I don't think Uzi has the authority for it not to be, so she might be a partner in crime. So I was like, what? I looked. And then I see this.
Here's the next one.
What? There's destruction of property? For it not to be? So, I have no idea what you're even talking about. Are you talking about the absolute solver thing? Are you talking about when N shot the rocket? Well, it didn't really seem to blow up anything. It was for the safety. So, I have no idea. Now... Assault 2 for the solver. Let me just see if I'm on the right one. Well, yeah, I'm on the right one. Assault 2 for the solver, 1630. That's one. Oh no, that's what you're talking about. Oh yeah, pushing them to the ground. Yeah. I charge $500 for that. Pretty simple. I don't charge some of these because I either skip over them, I don't think they're that serious, or I just forget. I just don't even know. Okay, here we go. So, 15. Two opinion, one assault, and false imprisonment. Let's go to the moment.
Last through this. Took so long.
I didn't realize I even...
Lifesavers.
Hologram? Easy.
I already did kidnapping. But I didn't do the assault. And since you grabbed multiple times and all the trauma, I'm doing $10,000. So you definitely got a lot right, I'm gonna say. Now the next one. Here's another thing I'm confused at. There isn't consent, so probably assault law. Terms I don't want to count. Also, it's not easy. Say chainsaw. Insert PG-13 words. If you know, you know. Oh my gosh. I have no idea what he meant by the P. I kind of knew what he meant by the P word. And the intro, I was like, what? But then anime is saying, I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? I literally just realized. Chainsaw insufficient, if you know, there's an anime. Okay, so if you don't know what she said, I'll just tell you.
Stop asking! Chainsaw hand time? Yeah.
She said, chainsaw hand time. If you can think if you say that pretty fast, kind of low voice, you can probably guess. The next one, I actually totally forgot. And probably also expansion of identity times 1. I was like, what? What are you talking about?
Joyce, now we will have to do something shocking.
That makes sense. Now, it's not entirely identity fraud, but it was enough of faking a murder. The Absolute Solver has another identity fraud charge, and you obviously know, 10 years, $1.15 million. You do actually have a lot of things right. Alright, here we go. That's identity fraud and stolen object or destroyed. I don't know what counts. Hold on. Wait, what? I skip a number? Hold on, guys. It cannot be. One. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. 18. Sorry, I got confused because it's like the exact same thing. So on an object, you go to the moment. Oh, wait a minute. Already charged for false murder, but... Ooh. So, I mean, I already charged for false murder. So, does identity fraud really count? Yeah.
Shoot! Give it to me! Good? No. Thanks, idiot. You big stupid. Lucky for you.
It's snack time. Time to go into my mouth now. It's crazy how that's an actual human voice. So, this one. I just did 10 years and $1.250 million. I was like, well, it's still an object. I don't know if it was intentional. I don't know what happened. Blah, 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 whatever. Next one is this one. Murder threat. 1850. It was the time to go into my mouth now. Okay. Wait. I said there's already murder. Whatever. I just contradicted myself, like, right after, but it's still a threat. So, yeah. Okay. Next one. Forgot destruction of property. You saw the sign. This is number 20. What destruction of property? He was talking about this sign.
Sorry, that was an ad. Anyways, based on what happened, no parole. Continue.
I did not see any destruction of property. So I just put it straight up, put a no. 21. I forgot at the scene, dull damage to the door, so destruction of property. She's close to 20. After all, he's a deadly weapon, I think. Let's look at the case.
I'm gonna let her in.
I think I already explained this.
Jesus, sorry, industrial strength ghost or whatever. Settle.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
Sorry, industrial strength ghost.
It was actually 8. Anyways. Basically, what I'm saying here is Elder J was trying to do a first-degree attempted murder since there's 8 people. I don't if you want you. Your last crime.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. You know, maybe I shouldn't have charged any life for that, but whatever. I don't actually think I got it yet. But it was to save somebody's life, plain and simple. Actually, to save 7 lives. So, perfectly fine. And finally, the last one. I don't know if I already said this, but false imprisonment and kidnapping.
Again.
This is somehow.
Talking about V. V stayed. So yeah, you already counted that. And also it's either false imprisonment or kidnapping. And I already counted that in episode 1. You already said that. And even if I would do another charge, she could have gone free. And she also knows that N isn't really capable of capturing her, but she decides to stay. So, that's it. But, here's the 4 extras. Number 23, I put a smiley face. 23, 12, I agree. What does he agree about?
Hey, very good music, dude. Very good music.
Definitely very good music. Puyo, I hope your eyes are not hurting. I was confused what he meant by this until I actually went to the moment.
Do an autopsy to find out.
I actually searched up what an autopsy was. And to be honest, it was kind of a little difficult, but basically, you're just...
He might have misunderstood me. I didn't see, obviously, but what I meant by difficult, it was like, the definition was kind of like weird. Like, it wasn't understandable, I think, but then I finally found a okay one, so, yeah. I didn't see an autopsy, so that was good. 634, he said, I remember. Yay. Alright. Let's go to there.
That Uzi hasn't really cared the next one.
My murder plan.
So remember when I said that Uzi hasn't really carried out a murder plan? This is literally the last time it has ever been mentioned she wants to kill human. Is when Khan said in this episode.
Well, that's why you remember so. Okay, and finally, we call that blue light reflection. Just invented it or came up without looking. IG, since the animations are done in SMTG similar to Blender or Blender. I do not know what that means. I'm very sorry. Can you tell me that? And so 1254. I'm gonna tell you that's why I said Uzi's hair sometimes looks blue, like that. And we are done. You did count it right. I'm gonna add the totals. I'll be right back. Jeez, this might break the record. Press the right button. I think I'm getting the grip on it now. That went up a little, sorry. So, I added it up. Uzi, $500. V, 5 years. And the Absolute Solver, 20 years and 2,410,500, which really is not much. With the Absolute Solver's 25 quadrillion and its year count at almost 3,000, I don't think those years are gonna matter. It's gonna feel like pocket change. Well, a McDonald's meal. Say that. So yeah, that is it. Not my longest crime count. I do not think. And I'm not doing this on purpose. Never mind, it is. It's not the longest time I've ever talked about a crime. That goes to sadly it goes to a very short video that I spent 46 minutes explaining on. So this would be the second highest video for your talking about a crime. So yeah. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. This is just an upload, so I'm probably gonna upload this on Saturday. Today is Friday. And we got less than 6 weeks and 6 days till I'm out of middle school. Man, it's gonna be exciting summer in high school week. Well, thank you for watching my stuff. Bye.